Hello and welcome to www.collectingluxurywatches.com. Today I want to do something completely off the bat. I want to do something completely wrong and completely immoral. I want to release a series called Confessions of a Watch Dealer. Now, before I go into some of these confessions, we've got to be a bit careful here. Now, it's a bit like the magician's code, where the magician shows you how he does his tricks. If I was actually caught revealing these secrets, other watch dealers would not deal with me again. That's the reason I've chosen the name Archie. It's because my real name I try to keep a secret. Now, obviously, the Archie ego has sort of stopped that to some extent. But look. The thing is this: these are very, very secret things I'm going to tell you, and I want you to promise you only listen to this for entertainment purposes only. I don't want you to, in your real life dealing with watch dealers, I don't want you to use any of these tricks that I'm about to give you, because, you know, I can get struck off the community, you know. So let's go into some confessions of a watch dealer. Okay, now, time for me to confess up. I've been a watch dealer since the late 90s. I've bought and sold a lot of pieces. I've worked for one of the largest online vintage dealers, and I've also bought and sold pieces personally. I've owned some very rare things. I've had Orange Hand Explorer 2s, 1680 subs, red subs, Plastic Sea Dweller, 1016 Explorer 1. I've owned all of these pieces, and I'm more of a modern collector. If you look at my collection, it's more modern. I'm not really into the vintage Rolex, but hey, Archie will do anything for a buck, because at the end of the day, it's the buck that counts. Now let's go into confessions of a watch dealer. Confession number 1 is, when you go into any watch dealer and you want to sell a watch, what's the first thing a smart watch dealer will say to you? The first question he'll throw at you is, how much do you want? Now, he's a dealer. He knows exactly what that fucking thing's worth. He's probably already got it half sold. Now, the thing is this: if it's an absolute piece of shit, i.e. a tag or some no-name Swiss piece of crap that your grandfather gave you, he's just going to say, look, I'm sorry, it's not really what I buy. Do you have any Rolex? Do you have any Omega? Do you have any blah, 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 blah? But when the dealer says to you, how much do you want, he's gauging you for price. Now, the way it works is this: 90% of customers will always throw a figure back which is way too high. However, Archie, the dealer himself, has had he's had a win. I'll tell you what happened, okay? Archie used to advertise in the this is a long time ago. This is when the classifieds still actually worked. He was advertising, buying watches, highest prices paid, you know, the usual bullshit that the watch dealers put out there. And what happened was, an old guy rang up and he said, hey, I got a Submariner to sell. Archie immediately dropped everything he was working on. Yes, sir. How much do you want? Now, Archie knows exactly what a sub is worth. I mean, he's a professional. The guy says $200. Now, this is why you always ask the question, how much do you want? Because one fuckwit in 1,000 will say a very low price. So, Archie ran to the ATM, pulled out $200 as fast as he could, jumped in his car, broke every fucking speed limit known to man, arrived there, gotta be very cool, that's the Archie cucumber cool way, and he said, hello, g'day, it's Paul here, I've come to look at your Submariner, how much do you... He goes, yeah, that's okay. Here's your $200. Yeah, it's a bit rough. Blah, 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 blah. Get the fuck out of there fast, Archie. And that's a successful buy. Now, Archie had that fucker sold to a dealer in Singapore that evening for many thousands of dollars. And the cruel irony is, it was a 5513, and that watch today is worth many times what the dealer in Singapore gave him. But that's not the story. The story is, when a dealer says, how much do you want, they're gauging you. Now, the other thing that can happen is that people will say they come up with an unrealistic price. So immediately the dealer says, look, you've got a say, let's pick a Sapphire Datejust two-tone, a 16233. Look, I normally sell these for about $3.5. I need to service it. I need to polish it. That's about $400. I need a 20 to 30% margin. That means I can pay you about $1,500. That's what you do. As soon as a customer comes in with an unrealistic price, you then pull them back into your realm by saying, look, I sell it for this sort of figure, but I've got to service it, I've got to polish it, I've got to warrant it, I've got to get it cleaned up, blah, 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 blah. That means, therefore, take off the margin, take off the GST, take off, and then I can pay you X dollars. And that's how you talk the customer into a reasonable price. If the customer's got a ridiculous price, you say, look, I tell you what, how about you buy one from me? That's another thing you can do with the customers. The other thing you can do is when someone says to you, how much do you want? You can gauge it. You can sort of see what sort of price they're looking for, what their hope is, what are they trying to do? They want to buy another one, they need money, blah, 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 blah. And one of the tricks is I'd always, no matter what a customer had, whether he had a two-tone Datejust or he had a steel Submariner, whatever he had, it was the wrong one. Oh, look, you got a Submariner, box papers, everything. Look, the market in Brisbane is really, they really want two-tone Datejust. I'm so sorry. If only it was the Datejust. And then you go to the Datejust customer. Look, these dress watches are out of vogue. It's sports watches that are in. Submariner, Explorer, GMT. That's the ones that are worth the money. So sorry, you've got the wrong one. I don't think there was one customer I ever went to who had the right thing. Dealers Guild rule number 2 is that no matter what I have, when the customer has it, it's a piece of fucking shit. As soon as I have paid for it and I own the fucking thing, it's mint, perfect. It's a gem. It's a rare thing. So that's the way the scales turn. No matter what you have is shit. As soon as it becomes mine, it's mint, rare, boxed, perfect. So that's the rules for being a dealer. That's Confessions of a Watch Dealer, and I hope you've enjoyed that. I'm going to be having a few more in this series. Please tell me what you think of this idea, Confessions of a Watch Dealer. I'll be going into some more tricks, and I'll go into some more antics, but you've got to remember to keep these tips and confessions completely confidential. I don't want anyone in the watch dealing community to find out. Archie will be blackballed, so just be a little bit discreet with these comments are strictly for entertainment purposes only. Okay, don't forget to come to my website, www.collectingluxurywatches.com. Thank you.